Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Shem Kakodah Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Real quick, I'm going to entitle this video Wars and Rumors of Wars. World War III is trending. So I got a comment on the last video that I did. The video, name of the video is, if you don't understand the Hebrew or the Greek, you don't understand the scriptures. And that's a fact. Anyway, some comments that were put up. All right, right here. It says here, okay, it's bad, good. WWIII topic is the highest discussion trend on Twitter as we speak. So I said, let me just put that in. Let me put in WWIII. And this is what came up. This was as of 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 6 days ago, 12 days ago. It says, I'll just read some of these. These countries will be absolutely destroyed during World War III. What countries would look like after World War III? Now, if you notice, you see Russia is in the picture. Let me try something. I'm sorry. Let me do this. Bear me for a minute. So it mentions, you can play the video yourself. Anyway, as you can see Russia, you can see China right next to it. Russia's neighbor to the east is China, which they possess missiles. The Russian government possess ICBM missiles. So it says what countries would look like after WWIII, and that was as of 2 weeks ago. Nuclear war between the U.S. and Russia. This was 6 days ago. How would a nuclear war between Russia and the U.S. affect you personally? Well, if you're in America, you're gonna be in the spiritual realm playing the harp with wings on your back. You know what they show you in the cartoons. You're going to be in the spiritual realm. If World War III hits, or when it hits, not if, Armageddon hits, America will be no more. That's the lake of fire in the book of Revelation. Next, that was 6 days ago, not even a week ago. This next one, World War III. This was put up 12 days ago. World War III, world in conflict. Japan's 3 weeks ago, this was put up, Japan's World War III plan. NATO versus US, and the US and Canada is part of the NATO nations, the NATO alliance. What if World War III broke out between NATO and Russia? Well, ultimately, the NATO nations will shoot missiles on America along with the Russians. There's Revelation 17. You start at 12 verse. NYU professor Noriel Rubini, I guess he's a JJ, World War III has already started. That was 8 months ago. He's saying it already started, and it has. It's a Cold War. What kept the Ukrainians still in this fight against Russia is the NATO nations and the U.S. because they're supplying money and weapons, so they're keeping the war going. I should watch this one. It says AI Imagine World War III. It's 6 days ago. I'm gonna actually watch this one. It's a short. What 6 months ago? What borders would look like after World War III? Coming coming back home from World War II versus World War III. Well, the difference is nobody's gonna come back home. That's Joel 2. As a matter of fact, I'll read that. Let me say something. Well, let me read this. Will you get drafted to World War III? There'll there'll be a draft. Nicodemus, I'm sorry, Nicodemus. Nostradamus chilling doomsday prediction countdown to Armageddon. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you one precept. Joel 2. I believe that's the 19th verse. Nope, it's the 20th verse. Let's see what the 19th verse says. Yeah, Yahweh will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith, and I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. So that's talking about the kingdom. And this proves that the kingdom is going to be on earth. But means until or accept. The first thing he's going to do is this. But I will remove far off from you, the Israelites, the northern army, which is America, and will drive him, force him into a land barren and desolate. That's talking about Saudi Arabia between the Red Sea and the Euphrates. They're going to be facing the Euphrates with his face toward the East Sea. The East Sea is now other scholars they'll say what do they say I think they say between the Mediterranean and another sea. I gotta check the commentary to see what they say. It said East Sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink that's from the dead carcasses shall come up, and his ill savior shall come up, because he have done great things. Daniel 7 speaks about great words, spoke great words. Blasphemy in Revelation 17, blasphemy, speaking great words against the Most High. So they're going to empty out the U.S. of every branch of the military, whether it be Navy, Coast Guard, Marine, Special Forces, Green Beret, if they're still around, reservists. They'll most likely call back people that retired from the military 20 years ago. They'll call them back. They did that during the Bush administration. So they're not coming back. So the difference between World War II and World War III is the boys and the girls ain't coming back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the NLT, Joel 2, verse 20 again. I will drive away these armies from the north. I will send them into the parched wastelands. Those in the front will be driven into the what? Now it says the Dead Sea. And those at the rear into the Mediterranean. The stench of their rotting bodies will rise over the land. Surely Yahweh has done great things. So they're saying here, they're saying that the army is going to be in between the Dead Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. So you're going to have to look up a map. You know what I'm going to do? Let me go Dead Sea. Let me see what happens. Dead Sea. Dead Sea. Let's get the images. I may have to go on the maps. Okay, let me go to map. Let me go to map. Bear me for a minute. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Dead Sea. And this would have to be the Mediterranean, but it doesn't tell you. This would have to be the Mediterranean. So this is what scholars, they say that it's the army's going to come over here. But we were taught at the One West. Now, mind you, General Nathaniel, he says that it's between, I believe I heard him say, between the Dead Sea and the Caspian and the Mediterranean. This is have to be the Gulf of Aqaba. Yep, Gulf of Aqaba, which means the Great Gulf. This is the Red Sea. So this is how it was taught to me. So, but we know it's going to be in the Levant. Trying to get a better picture. You know what? Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me open it up some. Bear me for a minute. So when you're doing these studies, so we were always taught that the military is going to be right here. This is the area of Kuwait. You got Jordan, you got Israel. This is the Mediterranean. This has to be the Mediterranean. You got Cyprus. But this is all a part of the Fertile Crescent, the Levant. This is Iraq. I'm trying to locate the bear me for a minute, bear me for a minute. If I'm not mistaken, okay, this is Iraq. So this the you got the Tigris, and then you got the Euphrates. So the troops, if it's in this area, which it sounds like it is, you got Kuwait over there, which is an ally of the U.S. Remember, the U.S. came down in the early '90s to fight against Iraq because Iraq was going to occupy Kuwait, and Kuwait They're, like I said, they're an ally of the U.S. And then you got Israel over here, the land of Israel, Jordan. So it makes sense that it's going to be in this area right here. And that the sea behind them to their backside would have to be the Red Sea. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.